Hello students, welcome to the Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. This is session number 13 of the course Water Supply Engineering in third semester of Civil Engineering program. In the previous session, that is session number 12, you learnt about conveyance of water. Conveyance of water means the stage where we transport the water from the intake to the treatment plant. Then we learnt about types of conduits, that is gravity and pressure conduits. In gravity conduits, water flows under the action of gravity. Example for gravity conduits are open channel, aqueduct, tunnel, etc. In pressure conduits, water flows under pressure. It requires a pumping station. The gravity conduits are used where the intake is at a higher elevation than the treatment plant. If the intake is at a lower elevation than the treatment plant, then we have to go for pressure conduits. Then we learned the advantages of pressure conduits over gravity conduits. Then the design criteria and general requirements of pipe material for pressure conduits. Then we learned about the type of pipes used in pressure conduits. In those type of pipes, we focused on cast iron pipe. In this session, we will be learning about the remaining type of pipes. As we learnt in the last class, these are the type of pipes. That is cast iron pipes, cement concrete pipes, pre-stressed concrete pipes, steel pipes, galvanized iron pipes, plastic pipes, asbestos cement pipes, copper pipes. Let us start with the second one, that is cement concrete pipes. Cement concrete pipes may be of plain cement concrete pipes or reinforced cement concrete pipes. In plain cement concrete, no steel is used for reinforcement. That is the only difference between plain and reinforced cement concrete pipes. In reinforced cement concrete pipes, we are going to use cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water and steel for reinforcement. The diameter of these pipes varies from 500 mm to 2500 mm or more. The plain cement concrete pipes are used for low pressure head up to about 15 meters, whereas the reinforced cement concrete pipes are used for high pressure heads up to about 75 meter. These cement concrete pipes can either be cast at the site or in the manufacturing yard. If they are manufactured in the yard, we have to transport it from the yard to the construction site. These reinforced cement concrete pipes uses steel for circumferential steel, that is ring or hoops, and for longitudinal steel. The center to center distance, that is the pitch between these rings or hoops, is 200 mm for the pipes of diameter 80 to 150 mm. This pitch is 150 mm for the pipes of diameter 200 to 350 mm. This pitch is further reduced to 100 mm for the concrete pipes of diameter more than 400 mm. The aggregates used for the manufacturing of the cement concrete pipes is 1 by third the thickness of the pipe or 20 mm, whichever is smaller, for the pipes of diameter more than 250 mm. For manufacturing pipes of diameter less than 250 mm, the maximum size of aggregate is 10 mm. These cement concrete pipes can be manufactured by either by compacting in a mold or by spun concrete, also known as Hume concrete pipes. Here you can see the picture of a cement concrete pipes. Here you can see the two methods which are used for the manufacturing of these concrete pipes. This is the first one where it is compacted in a mold. The reinforcement cage with hoop steel and longitudinal steel is placed inside the mold, and the concrete is poured, compacted by the vibrators. Once it is compacted, it is removed from the mold. This is the first method where the concrete pipes are manufactured by compacting in the mold. This is the second method where the reinforcement cage is placed inside the mold and this mold is rotated in its horizontal axis with a great speed, creating centrifugal force. This is the second method of casting the cement concrete pipes. The classification of cement concrete pipes as per IS 458 2003. They are classified into NP1, NP2, NP3, NP4. These NP1 to NP4 pipes are non-pressure pipes. NP1 is unreinforced concrete pipes, whereas NP2 is reinforced concrete. NP3 and NP4 are reinforced and also unreinforced pipes. These NP1 pipes are used for drainage and irrigation use. NP2 is used for same purpose. NP3 and NP4 are used for medium traffic and heavy traffic along with the same purpose by NP1 and NP2. They are further classified into P1, P2 and P3. These are subjected to pressure, where P1 pipes are subjected to a hydrostatic pressure of 0.2 megapascal. These P1 pipes are used for gravity mines and the site where the test pressure is not exceeding 2/3 of the hydrostatic test pressure. P2 are subjected to a hydrostatic pressure of 0.4 megapascal and used in the site where test pressure not exceeding half the hydrostatic test pressure. P3 is subjected to a test of hydrostatic pressure of 0.6 megapascal and used in a site where test pressure not exceeding half the hydrostatic test pressure. The advantages of cement concrete pipes. The first one is the inside surface of the pipes can be made smooth. If the inside surface of the pipe is smooth, frictional loss will be less. Next is the maintenance cost is low. Next one is the pipes are durable, serving for about 75 years of lifespan. These concrete pipes can also be cast at site, and thereby we can reduce the transportation cost. These pipes are heavy in weight, which comes to use when we are about to place these concrete pipes under the water. Since they are heavy in weight, they easily settle at the bottom, even when they are empty. These pipes under normal condition are not affected by atmospheric action or by ordinary soil. The pipe can withstand normal traffic load without failure. These pipes does not require expansion joint, as these pipes have least coefficient of thermal expansion. These are all the advantages of cement concrete pipes. Disadvantages of cement concrete pipes are: these pipes without any reinforcement cannot withstand high pressure, because without any reinforcement they lack the tensile strength. One of the advantage we discussed is of their heavy weight, which becomes a problem when we are about to transport. If they are not handled properly, they are likely to get cracked during transportation and also while laying the pipes. These cement concrete pipes are connected by rigid cement mortar joints. Whenever the repair occurs, it is difficult due to lack of flexibility in the pipeline. These pipes are affected by acids, alkalis and salty water. Due to poor workmanship or lack of curing, these pipes are likely to cause leakage due to porosity. Here you can see images of pipe getting cracks, either due to poor workmanship or by not handling properly, and the chipped end of the concrete pipes. The third type of pipes, that is pre-stressed concrete pipes. The difference between pre-stressed concrete pipes and normal cement concrete pipes is that in pre-stressed concrete pipes, the pipes are subjected to stress even before the water media applies any pressure. These pre-stressed concrete pipes are manufactured by circumferential pre-stressing by highly stressed steel wires, which are wound helically around the concrete pipe. When the water is allowed to flow inside the pipe under pressure, it will reduce the pre-stressed pressure. Effective length of these pipes is about 2.5 to 6 meter. It is preferred to have a length of 2 meter, 2.5 meter, 4 meter, 5 meter and 6 meter. For the pre-stressed concrete pipes of diameter less than 300 mm, it is preferred to have an effective length of 3 meter. The cement used for manufacturing these pre-stressed concrete pipes are 43 grade OPC, 53 grade OPC, Portland slag cement, sulfate resisting cement, and the curing of these pre-stressed concrete pipes takes place in 2 stages. First, the inner core is cured, and in the next stage, the outer protective cement mortar is cured. The inner core is not subjected to stress until it attains a compressive strength of 25 Newton per mm square. Pre-stressed concrete pipes are of two types. First one is pre-stressed concrete cylinder pipe. Second one is pre-stressed concrete non-cylinder pipes. Let us learn about the first one, that is pre-stressed concrete cylinder pipe. In these pipes, the inner concrete core, it is surrounded by or wrapped by a sheet of steel. This sheet of steel pipe is compressed by helically wound, highly stressed steel wires. Later on, these steel wires are protected by a cement mortar. As you can see in this image, the inner core, innermost layer of concrete core, it is surrounded by a steel pipe. This steel pipe is again surrounded by a layer of concrete. This combination is compressed by high tension wires tightly wrapped around the pipe. These steel wires are protected by outer coating of mortar. Here you can see the figure of pre-stressed concrete cylinder pipes. Second one is pre-stressed concrete non-cylinder pipes. The difference between pre-stressed concrete cylinder pipes and non-cylinder pipes is the absence of sheet metal around the inner concrete core. Except that all remaining procedure is same. The inner concrete core is wrapped by helix of highly stressed steel wires. This steel wires is protected by a coat of cement mortar. See image of the pre-stressed concrete non-cylinder pipes. Advantages of pre-stressed concrete pipes are: these pre-stressed concrete pipes becomes economical compared to steel for the pipe of diameters 600 mm and above. Pre-stressed concrete pipes are suitable for places where pressure is in the range of 0.6 Newton per mm square to 2 Newton per mm square. These PSC pipes are used where the metallic pipes becomes costly and the RCC pipes would not survive. The disadvantage of pre-stressed concrete pipes: the manufacturing of these pre-stressed concrete pipes is somewhat complex compared to normal cement concrete pipes. So, it requires skilled personnel for the manufacturing. These type of concrete pipes cannot be cast in the site. It can be cast only in the casting yard with special machinery and equipment, resulting in higher transportation cost. Next disadvantage is we cannot cut these concrete pipes into required length. Say if we have a 6 meter concrete pipes, pre-stressed concrete pipes, and there is a gap of 3 meter, it is not possible to cut the 6 meter pre-stressed concrete pipes into 3 meter. We have to use it in whole length. Next type of pipe is steel pipes. Steel pipes are manufactured from mild steel. The difference between steel and cast iron is steel contains 0.2% of carbon, whereas cast iron contains more than 2% of carbon. The type of steel pipes are carbon steel, alloy steel, and stainless steel. They are further classified into seamless steel pipes, welded steel pipes, or riveted steel pipes. Seamless steel pipes are available in sizes 3 mm to 600 mm and length 5.5 to 11 meter. The welded steel pipes are either straight seam welded or spiral seam welded. The seamless steel tubes are either cold rolled seamless steel tubes or hot rolled seamless steel tubes. These steel pipes cannot resist high vacuum pressure. Here you can see images of steel pipes. The left one is of riveted jointed and the right one is welded steel pipes. This is example of spiral seam welded steel pipes. Advantages of steel pipes. These pipes are available in long length. As the route or length of the conveyance increases, the number of joints also increases, resulting in increase in project cost and duration to complete the project. If the pipes are available in long length, number of joints can be reduced. These pipes are cheap in first cost, that is cost of manufacturing, laboring and transportation cost is low. These pipes are durable and strong. These pipes are flexible to some extent, so we can use these to lay on the curves. Because of their light weight, it is easy to transport. Disadvantage is the maintenance cost is high. If they are not properly maintained, they get rusted easily by slightly acidic or alkaline water. These pipes require more time for repairs. Under the combined action of external and internal load, the steel pipes are likely to deform. Here you can see image of rusted steel pipes. Next type is galvanized iron pipes. These are pipes of mild steel or wrought iron pipes which are galvanized. Galvanization means it is a process of providing a protective thin coat of zinc on the external and internal surface of the pipe to protect them from the rust. It protects the internal pipe material in two ways. In first way, it protects the internal delicate pipe material by acting as a protective layer. In second way, even the coating is eroded, they act as anode and protect the inside pipe material from getting corroded. Hot dip galvanization is the common method used for galvanization of mild steel or wrought iron pipes. These pipes are used for service connections and their diameter vary from 6 mm to 100 mm. The figure shows the bundled galvanized iron pipes. This is the process of galvanization. First, the iron pipe material undergoes caustic cleansing, then undergoes rinsing, then pickling, then again rinsing, then it is dipped in the flux solution, then the important stage it is dipped in the molten zinc bath and is removed out, cooled, cleaned and inspected. The advantages of galvanized iron pipes are, these pipes are cheap, they are light in weight and easy to transport and easy to join. Disadvantage is they are easily affected by acidic or alkaline water, and compared to other type of pipes their lifespan is very short, about 7 to 10 years. Next one, most popular and widely used plastic pipes. These are plastic material is a new material of the modern age. These pipes have characteristic of high strength to weight ratio. These pipes can withstand internal water pressure up to 100 meter of head. They were available in various types, so there is an increase in use of plastic pipe due to this reason. These plastic pipes are resistant to corrosion and bacterial contamination. The three common types of plastic pipes are, first one is low density polyethylene or LDPE pipes. LDPE pipes are thermoplastic made of monomers of ethylene. Thermoplastic means it becomes soft when heated and hard when it is subjected to cold temperature. They undergo hard and soft stage number of times without losing their physical, mechanical or chemical properties. These LDPE pipes are flexible and used for point to point conveyance of water. Second one is HDPE pipes, that is high density polyethylene pipes. These are also thermoplastic, but these are tougher and have higher tensile strength than LDPE pipes. Because of their higher melting temperature of 135 degrees Celsius compared to 115 degrees Celsius of LDPE, these HDPE pipes you can use even in warmer temperature. They are available in black color, both in pipe and coil form. Third one is unplasticized polyvinyl chloride pipes, UPVC pipes or rigid PVC pipes. These pipes are much stiffer and stronger than HDPE pipes. The PVC pipe, that is polyvinyl chloride pipes, comes in two types. First one is this rigid PVC pipes, another one is flexible. The PVC pipes can be made flexible by adding plasticizers. These pipes are normally available in white, grey, blue color and consist of wide range of pipe fittings and can be easily jointed by solvent welding. Another one is CPVC pipe, that is chlorinated polyvinyl chloride pipes. They are manufactured by PVC pipes, chlorinated and exposed to UV radiation. That we call it as CPVC pipes. They are much more stronger than these UPVC pipes. Here you can see images of LDPE pipes, HDPE pipes usually of black color and UPVC pipes of multiple colors. Advantages of plastic pipes. These pipes are free from corrosion and there is a damage resistance of thawing and freezing. Thawing means subjected to hot temperature, freezing happens when subjected to cold temperature. These plastic pipe resist thawing and freezing. Of course, these pipes are cheap because of cheap ingredients. These pipes are flexible, durable and resist the impact, sunlight and atmospheric action. Because of their lightweight, they are easy to transport, bend, join and install. The disadvantages of plastic pipes is that when temperature rises, their tensile strength becomes low. And some types of plastic impart undesirable taste and odor to the water. It is difficult to obtain plastic pipes of uniform quality. Because of their high coefficient of expansion, plastics undergoes considerable deformation. The other type of pipes includes asbestos pipes. They were used for their low frictional loss, light in weight, cheapness. But these days, these pipes are not used because of the scientific studies that shows prolonged exposure to this asbestos causes intestinal problems and may cause cancer also. Copper pipes. Copper pipes are used for cold and hot water. Although their lifespan is around 50 years, as the life goes on, their thickness becomes thin, leading to pinhole leakages. Because of their higher cost of manufacturing and labor, these days these copper pipes are replaced with plastic pipes. Lead pipes are restricted to service pipes, service fittings, because of the study that longer exposure to lead causes neurological problem in young people and infants. So this completes the type of pipes. It's time for multiple choice questionnaire. Question number 1. Which of the following is correct regarding cement concrete pipes? They are corrosive, the maintenance cost is high, unreinforced pipes are liable to tensile crack, it is easy to repair them. The answer is unreinforced pipes are liable to tensile crack. Cement concrete pipes are good in compression but weak in tension. When the water flows through the cement pipe, it causes tensile force on the pipe material. If it is unreinforced, it is liable to failure. Second question. The pre-stressed concrete pipes are used for heads A. More than 8 meter, B. Less than 61 meter, C. More than 60 meter, D. Less than 35 meter. The answer is more than 60 meter. Because of their pre-stressed nature, they can resist pressure at more than 60 meter. Third question. Steel contains less carbon content than cast iron. A. True, B. False. The answer is true. Steel contains only 0.2% of carbon, whereas cast iron contains more than 2% of carbon. Steel pipes cannot withstand A. High internal pressure, high vacuum pressure, C. High external pressure. Answer is B. Of the three, it cannot withstand high vacuum pressure. Question number 5. Galvanization is the process of applying a protective coating of dash to iron or steel. A. Rubber, B. Bitumen, C. Zinc or D. Cement. The answer is zinc. we apply a protective coat of zinc on iron or steel. This process is known as galvanization. Question number 6. The lifespan of GI pipe, that is galvanized iron pipe, is A 1 year, B 20 years, C 100 years, D 6 months. The answer is 20 years. Its lifespan is not long, it is around 7 to 20 years around. Question number 7. PVC pipes can withstand pressure rate of water up to A 25 meter, B 50 meter, C 75 meter, D 100 meter. And the answer is D 100 meter. It can withstand pressure rate up to 100 meter. Question number 8. Advantages of plastic pipes are A. Cheap, B. Light in weight, C. Free from corrosion, D. All the above. The answer is D. All the above. Plastic pipes are cheap, light in weight and free from corrosion. Question number 9. The pipe material with highest coefficient of thermal expansion is A. Steel, B. Cast iron, C. Copper or D. Plastic. The answer is D. Plastic. Plastic has highest coefficient of thermal expansion compared to these other material. Question number 10. Which pipe can no longer be used in laying water pipe? A. PVC, B. Ductile iron, C. Asbestos cement, D. Cast iron. And the answer is C. Asbestos cement, because the reason that they cause ill effect on the health, so they are no longer used in laying water pipes. So this completes the session number 13. I would like to thank all my team members with whom's help I was able to present this session. Thank you.